Hi, everyone. All right, so this time it will be a slightly different talk. I almost never talk about apps. I almost always talk about the infrastructure specifically. And while I'm saying that I use apps, it's usually indirectly. So the organizations that I've worked with use the payments, applications, swaps, and so on, some lending protocols consistently. So there is definitely one killer app of Ethereum, which is stablecoins, and those probably over the last few years for the organizations, we have been pushing with pretty sizable volumes per each organization, and then when we think about the volumes on the market, on Ethereum, it's looking super good, right? So Ethereum is in a very nice spot, and we see the global adoption of stablecoins. Stablecoins are happening. What happens next is a bit more talking about the user experience of the user that wants to just play with blockchain or use it by themselves. So specifically retail user, and that experience has a lot of UX problems. And the UX problems and interop is one of our main concerns nowadays with Ethereum Foundation. I would like to show my own pain of coming back to the memories of a few years ago, in the sense recreating them, because in 2016, 17, when I was creating first wallets of mine, then I had a lot of trouble to onboard, but not as many as yesterday when I was trying to prepare this presentation by starting from zero. So everything that I'll be showing here will be really unreliable. Don't try to recreate it, because there's lots of potential losses from approaching it the way I do. Hint, there will be a list of, forgot the words to recreate the passphrases for the wallet, so you can actually claim money from my wallet. I started with focus tree. I thought like, oh, let's start calm and download the application, launch, press the focus, and then I can start working on recreating the wallets. And I was creating accounts, and this is the Starknet application in the Ethereum ecosystem. I realized that, all right, we talk about privacy, but it's a bit of social media app, so there is a phone number, there's privacy policy, first name, last name, and then it's encouragement to use the first name, last name. It has pretty nice adoption, like hundreds of thousands of users onboarding on Focus Tree, and it's quite popular with the new generation of students that want to use the app to focus. And it was fun. Actually, it started being fun, but I thought now I'll be going through all the processes. So it gives you those nice trees and you build. And then I thought I need to have a wallet. I need to install a new wallet. Let me check what wallets are there. I picked a wallet. I selected new to crypto, and I wanted to play with finance. I tried Zerion wallet. And I thought like, oh, this is very nice and clean. And this is the recovery phrase. So if you want like something like $50 to $100, I wonder like if I tell people don't do that, if you're watching, don't do that here, leave the money there. I wonder if it still stays there. I don't care, so you can, but think like there's nothing protecting it, and would you still claim it? So then I wanted to on-ramp. So I wanted to have money in my wallet. So with the Zerion, I realized that they're trying to promote the layer 3. I think it's like the solution on ZK Sync. So Zerion chain. I had Stanczak for onboarding, and I thought like, nice, soon I'll be onboarded. And then I had to fill in some details. I thought, okay, still we don't have that privacy at all. So, but it's always there a problem for onboarding. And then I thought like, I don't want to fill in the details. I don't want to provide my birth date. So I will use the ZK-P2P to have a like onboarding, which is permissionless through Revolut. And I started selecting things, and I realized that this is funny to select a quote, because obviously there's nothing between those quotes except the prices, and you select the best one. And then I couldn't really execute it somehow. I wanted to log in with my wallet on MetaMask, but it didn't allow me to on-ramp because I didn't have funds. And then I was able to, yeah, as you see, that error message, not the nicest error message that you can imagine. That was through the Zerion wallet. So then I decided to sign in with my email account, and this is going to Revolut to claim $100. And this is a ZK-based, ZK-TLS-based solution that goes to the bank account to check whether you can prove that you sent $100 to OnRamp. And I think that when I was thinking about it, I could equally just send $100 to a random accountant and just send, like in the reference, where I want to send the money. But if you look into it, actually there are some tricks. This is a pretty nice thing. Something went wrong at the beginning, and then actually, again, Stanczak didn't work, and then was this one. Then I thought, like, okay, I start having problems with on-ramping, so maybe I try the Privy.io. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I thought maybe I create my own app for onboarding, but obviously after a few clicks, I thought this is not the way to go. So then I went to MoonPay, and I wanted to on-ramp with MoonPay, and I thought, okay, I need to fill in the details. At that point, I was already used to the fact that I have to fill in some questionnaires, and then after I filled that in, I said, okay, this is just 24 hours to wait, and I'll be accepted. So not really good solution when I was trying to prepare for going through apps of Ethereum. So I thought, maybe I go back to the wallet that I've been using for a long time, MetaMask, and it says the most trusted crypto wallet, and it's 2.7 stars out of 5. And I was tabbing through the passphrases, and I realized that each time you press tab, you can actually go to this like show, not show, small irritating detail. And then I recovered my wallet. I realized that, well, it's sharing a lot of information with RPC, with data, with my IP, and with the information about the tokens that I'm trading. So practically everything is shared with RPC provider. It would be nice in the future to have very private RPC providers. Then I launched MetaMask, and it told me, maybe try Solana account. That's the first thing that you see nowadays when you're launching MetaMask. So I tried to focus again for a moment. Actually, I had to interrupt my previous focus because it was asking me for some phone operations. Then this, if you've seen recently on Twitter, it's accidental that Ethereum is not on the first place. And then I thought, okay, so I'll try to onboard with MetaMask. So this is buying from MetaMask. And again, I managed to find a way to onboard with Revolut. And it asked me for a quiz of like, are you a good investor? Do you know really what the risks are? I failed. I don't know what I did wrong. And it told me that if I fail once again, I'll be blocked. I'll not be able to on-ramp. So I just didn't know exactly what the risks of crypto are. And then they blocked my Revolut account because they said I'm doing something shady. So they will unlock my account after review. So now I don't have also my normal banking account. They haven't unlocked it yet, I think. So then I went to blockchain.com to on-ramp, and I entered my personal details. Again, I was not too happy about date of birth and address. It started processing. It got stuck for a while. I got stuck. Then I started looking at what I could on-ramp, and I had all of those USDCs with logos. And then I thought maybe I'll use the ramp. It's another on-ramping solution. It got stuck on this screen. Then it got stuck on this screen, but like properly stuck. I had to just restart everything, refresh, and then it sent me to Germany anyway. But I managed to do it, but it also made me wait 24 hours. Look, this is not exactly a problem with crypto. It is to some extent, but I think the big part of the UX experience, the user experience, is that every time you try to on-ramp money, all the traditional finance assumes that you go there to invest, which is interesting because we are just switching to the world where stablecoins should be used for simple payments, for using them in the applications, but we'll still go there on ramping, and we cannot send money there because we have to answer questions about whether I'm high net worth investor, individual, whether I know the risks. I just want to order an Uber, right? So why does it matter? This is how much I paid for 75 pounds on ramping. I paid almost £1 of fees. And this was 1 hour, 30 minutes into my exploration. I managed to get money on MetaMask. I was super happy. And it showed me but that's okay because I'm a beginner user. So someone with lots of experience probably would do that much faster. So I thought now I'll explore the applications on Ethereum. I went to DappRadar, and I thought, oh, okay. So I can swap the money now. And I found this something with a nice logo, so I thought, okay, I'll try Banana Gun. It sent me to a Telegram, and Banana Gun lets you snipe the tokens. So then I wanted to import wallet. I had to enter my private key, but I couldn't because MetaMask only shows the passphrases, but not the private key. So I kind of couldn't do it, so I created a new wallet. This is my private key if you need it. And then I wanted to go to documentation, but the documentation was missing. So I looked also at the prices of Ethereum gas. It's 0.75 GUI now, so it's pretty cheap. Look, it's 4 cents for sending transactions. That's pretty nice. Come to mainnet. And then I started having all these MetaMask signatures, and I went to Uniswap, and I wanted to swap and bridge, I think. So as you know, Uniswap is a fantastic Ethereum application that's been a major block space user for many, many years and served many users. And then I realized that when I select the Uniswap wallet, I no longer can select MetaMask like automatically. In the past, I would press connect and it would detect my MetaMask, but now it says kind of get Uniswap wallet. And I thought like, oh, what happened? It didn't detect MetaMask or so. I was thinking for a moment, and I found this other wallets thing. So when you press other wallets, the MetaMask is there. So this is a common problem now when we have the different L2s, different applications that try to keep the users with their branding. And it's harder and harder to feel like it's a single chain, right? But we would like to achieve that. Another question is, what do we do? Like we force those wallet and applications to not to try retain users and create the silos, or we have to start creating the, neutral tooling, but then it's like centralized tooling. It's a really hard question, actually. Then I wanted to select a token, and I thought there's lots of ETH. And I didn't know all the logos, so I actually and there was no hover, so I couldn't really know which chain I would send it to. I know most of the logos, but some of them actually I don't. I think this, okay, Sonium, Zora, World, not sure, actually, ZK Sing. I don't know the third one, okay. Then I started sending money to World Chain. Then it warned me that I'm sending something over the bridge. I pressed don't show this again, but it did show again. And then this is the transaction request. And I'm interacting with alert. And my transaction went to this address that I've never seen before. And I thought like, oh, what's this address? So I thought maybe I just check the details, transaction details, by pressing on the Explorer somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but okay, so this will be later. Here is, again, I was checking the selection of networks. I wanted to add the WorldCoin, World Chain, so just to check where that money went. I wanted to see whether I will see this on my World account, and I've added everything, and the World Chain got added, but it didn't have the token. I think, oh yeah, it showed my wrapped Ether that I sent to World, and then I saw all of these Ethereums, and you see, like, because it's MetaMask, I think it promotes Linea, so Linea will show even if you don't have any money there, and some other chains, maybe these are popular networks. And I managed to swap and send through Bridge to Base, keep something on Ethereum, and move something to World, but the World was not showing together with all the other tokens. So I thought I'll try some other wallets. I'll try the Phantom wallet, and I thought, like, maybe I'll check and compare it to other ecosystems. You know, Phantom comes from not from Ethereum. And then I went there and I realized, oh, it only supports Ethereum and Base. And I don't think there was an option to add a network like, Arbitrum or anything else. So I said, okay, I cannot use it for a single Ethereum network. So I went back and found Ambire wallet. It gets a lot of good opinions recently. It's me. And actually, it was very easy to add networks. And it started showing a few more tokens, but I don't know why there's this like revoke, not connected, manage app. And then I went to app catalog, so it's something like the app marketplace on Ambire. I thought this would be nice actually to have those marketplaces in more places around wallets, because you want to just on-ramp money and then start using the applications. So I went to Ambire rewards, and I could collect the loot. It was super cool, and everything was pretty smooth. Like the transactions are 1 or 2 seconds. It feels like there's low latency. So I start feeling like, okay, I'm beyond the worst, and now I start feeling Ethereum did improve over the last 10 years. It's faster, it feels faster, but still I had a bit of an unpleasant feeling about all those different chains and how to send it. So I got the Empire rewards. I got 5 XP today. Tomorrow I can claim again. I installed the World app, and they told me to write, I understand I can permanently lose access to my account if I can. So I had to type it in. I couldn't paste it. And I had to provide date of birth, phone number, and share analytics. So again, this is the application that is very much focused on privacy, but then you install the only app that connects it with this application. And I don't blame the authors. It's just the regulations will require probably to track it. So even if we create something super privacy-oriented, there will be wrappers over wrappers over wrappers of KYC and the requirements of different governments that will force us to start tracking it. So it's pretty challenging. It's still much better than if we were forced to use some really tracked traditional solution. And then I found a mini world app that was eSIM, and I could buy eSIMs on the phone, and I felt, this is really cool. That was the first time when I thought, oh, I think I'll be using it. And then I also started signing to Morpho, which is a lending app, and I thought, oh, starts to be a nice experience, and I started thinking, oh, and I'll be able to recover it with my eyeball, and maybe I'll not lose it anymore. Okay. I know that probably many people have lots of concerns about World. I think there was or will be one talk that is very negative. Empire wallet, still nice experience. The sound I mentioned, this shows again. I think I had to press it the other way around or something. Then this is World Explorer. So I tried to look at my transactions. And this will be interesting because I started searching for the ETH that I sent to my World application. My World application lost my ETH. I still don't know where it is, like $15 of ETH. For the target user, retail user of the mini app, when you lose $15 and you don't know where it goes and how to find it at all. Like I was not able to track it by spending probably 20 minutes on the Block Explorer. It will be pretty stressful. Hasn't arrived yet. I may have done something wrong, but probably I'll find it one day. So I typed in once again, I can permanently lose money or access to account. At that time, my ZK-P2P arrived, actually. This was the time when it worked. So ZK-P2P took around two hours for the Revolut account to confirm my payment. It was pending and was being reviewed. So Revolut account is blocked, but the payment itself got unlocked after 2 hours. So this way, I had practically $200 now on Ethereum from 2 different sources. This does the ZK proof of send. This is nice because I didn't have to KYC here, if I remember properly, because on all the other systems I had to, take a video of my face moving around everywhere. And this was an interesting thing. I was trying to check where it sent my money, the ZK P2P, and this was information, because it didn't send money to my new account, it sent it to entry point, which means that probably it was 4337. And then it says there is this internal transaction to 0xC4. I've never seen this address before. And I just started thinking, did I enter my address where I want to on-ramp from ZK-P2P? And I couldn't remember that. And after a while, I found that actually there was additional wallet on the ZK-P2P page and generated for me an account. It would be really easy to not find it and to lose it and start panicking. So I think I tried to transfer this wallet somewhere else, but then I realized I can copy private key and copy phrase. All of these are really not best security features, right? Copying private keys and passphrases around. And you've seen that on Telegram, you've seen it on various wallets still nowadays. I remember the talks from 2016 where people were saying, we learned something and we'll never do it again, but it happens all the time. It's very convenient. On DappReader, they kept asking me to log in, to connect my wallet, so I decided, okay, why not? So this is the message I had to sign to confirm to log in. That's on Empire. Welcome, sign in, accept terms of service, blah, blah, wallet address, nonce. Scary as well, a bit, obviously. I went to OpenSea. I thought I'll buy something. So actually, OpenSea has this thing on the front end where it just rotates the NFTs all the time. So they shows you some of them, like the new ones every few seconds. So I pressed the one I wanted to buy, and I stopped paying attention to what I'm buying, and I bought a different one than I wanted, actually. Good, it wasn't something that I paid 100 ETH for. I imagine some people did it with banks or something, but I have this larva lad. I got it, and Then I started checking additional chains that I could add on the DappRaider. I found something called World Shards, and I thought, like, I know nothing about this game. It wanted to install something on my computer, so I said no, but maybe I'll check whether it's legit. It was. It's kind of 7.7, so maybe it's fun to play, I guess. I encourage you to try. Then it warned me that I'm too young. Okay, it's almost the ending. I'll take this like last 3 minutes, I guess, not for the questions, but push everything else that I pressed. So I started experimenting some sport betting, a lot of challenges again. Then I went to virtuals, and the virtuals allowed me to buy the AXBT agent, and then virtuals sent something like MCP, no, multi-agent like commerce protocol, something like this. Then I started transferring, and it told me DEX aggregator service is temporarily suspended, so I had to go to another app. It didn't copy these token addresses, so then I had to double, triple check which token address is right, because as you can imagine, like the same ticker has 20 different token addresses. I used Aerodrome to transfer. I managed to do it. And then at the end, I also started going to the privacy apps. And this is exploration for the future. I just wanted to start the series of my own experience and sharing that with everyone at Ethereum Foundation, Ethereum community, and start talking about things. And each time I'll be talking about apps now, I'll try to move a bit further and further and add more experiences and start feeling super aware of everything that is wrong, because I hear a lot of questions about what's wrong with the UX, and I think we have so much to do, so much to do.